Good morning, all. Thanks for joining us today's session from Sivan's SAP SD training. We are going to discuss about the functional specification document. Most often, we people face the interview question about the functional specification document, stating that they will ask you the question like, have you worked on any functional specification document or have you prepared any functional specs? Number one. And number two is like, have you got the hands-on on RICEFs. So these RICEFs are very, very important for each and every organization or client or company. They will be having their own set of RICEF objects. Accordingly, they will work on it. So this question most often we face during our interviews, how we have to handle it. So let me just go to the next slide. So it will be the composition of BRD, that is business requirement document, FSD, that is functional specification document. With the reference to the business requirement document, we write the functional specification document. So this thing is the same process for all the functional consultants like SAP SD or S4HANA and FICO, materials management, and production planning and plant maintenance, and quality management. All the functional module owners, they write the functional specification document with respect to the business requirement document, which we receive from the business. The term business says that it is from the business we receive. And the functional specification document is nothing but which is prepared by the respective functional consultant or functional module owner. Then with respect to the functional specification document, the technical specification document is prepared by the ABAP consultants or solution build teams. So they prepare the technical specification document. So for these two documents, the base is business requirement document. If there is no business requirement document we receive from the business, there is no functional specification document according to the situation. So for RICEFW objects in SAP ECC and S4HANA, these three processes are very, very important, especially the functional consultants. What is meant by workflow? What is meant by a report? What is meant by interface? What is meant by enhancements and smart forms? We all know about it. However, one thing you people remember, please explain if you would have involved or if you have involved already in the objects like the creation of workflow objects, reports, interfaces, and enhancements. These four things you can explain. As an example, if you have worked on, please do not explain about the smart forms. They will not be considered. They are like just outputs or any designs. For example, order confirmation output, delivery confirmation output, billing confirmation outputs. Those things, please do not explain during your interview process. It is not required, absolutely not required. They don't even care about our explanation about smart forms. I have done so many smart forms, but they are the best billing sources. So we can bill the client a lot regarding the smart forms. Once, even if we change a small logo also on the output, for that we will charge a lot. That is what is there. It is having so much of importance in the billing part. However, the interviews will expect about the enhancements, always enhancements. That is standard user exits like MV45 AFZA, MV45 AMZB, MV45 AMZC like that, and MV45 AFZZ, and MV50 AFZ, and then MV60 AFZZ. Like that, there are multiple standard user exits are available, especially for the enhancements. And these functional specification documents can be prepared for workflow objects, reports, interfaces, enhancements, and smart forms. Please remember this one. FSD is mandatory. However, even you are unable to, you are not supposed to explain during your interview process. FSD is mandatory. Okay, then we will discuss about the business requirement document, how we receive it. The BRDs are created by the business process owners. BPOs. BRDs can be created for an enhancement or interface, report, output forms, and new configurations and customized a standard program or user exit changes. See, I have written output forms also because here we can talk. Here we will be discussing, that is why I have written here. And then for even for configurations also, you need to prepare one functional specification document, and you will receive that it is a new sales organization definition or new distribution channel definition or new shipping point to be created. That is called configuration. For that also, we will receive the business requirement document. The BRD contains the exact information about the change, which includes existing changes and expected changes with the screen prints as is and to be. So they will prepare, this is the one which is required as an existing one. And then these are the things which we are expecting from you people to implement the change. BRD also contains the information about all the stakeholders who involved in the changes, like business users or core users, project managers, delivery managers, and leads. Why? If the stakeholders are not listed in the business requirement document, the functional consultant cannot approach the exact stakeholder to whom you have to interact with him always, he or she, to complete the development. So that is why, while preparing the business requirement document and then whatever the mails we receive from the BRDs, business process owners who prepared the BRDs, we will be getting the list of stakeholders. So we have to talk to them regularly. We have to communicate with them regularly regarding the business requirement document if at all you have any doubts or you need the clarifications. Functional specifications document, FSD. This is the most oftenly used term, FSD or functional specs or functional specifications. These FSDs are prepared by the respective functional module owners with respect to BRD. So without business requirement document, you cannot prepare the functional specification document for sure. So we have to demand, if they explain us orally, we don't accept it, we will ask them to put it on the white and black. So then only we will be able to prepare it. This is same for SD, PPQM, and FICO modules. FSD should contain the business intended changes like as is and to be. FSD should contain the exact functional logic and the delta changes. Please remember, whatever the change we are going to do, so that change, you have to write it as a description and elaboratively. It should be in a simplest way. It should reach the others very easily. Whatever you write there, that should be easily understandable for the others, for our future successors. So where we will do the delta changes also, whatever the logic we are changing. For example, VBAK, VBLN, instead VB, LIKP, VBLN, we wanted to take that logic, like that, the table field values or any other logic you wanted to incorporate. You have to check with your technical consultant, and then you have to incorporate the logic in the functional specification document. And then FSD should contain the scope of testing, positive and negative. This is the most important part of FSD. So any change which we have aimed to do, especially, for example, we are dealing with multiple countries. Every client, definitely they are having their own businesses across the globe. For example, if you take an example from India to Singapore, so the business process same, but some of the things will vary. Fine. So whatever the changes required by the Singapore, for example, we are doing it, and that has to be applicable only to the Singapore, not to the other countries. So in that case, whatever the changes we have done, it has to work to only Singapore country. That is called positive testing. And then if it is working again for any other country like Philippines or Netherlands or Japan, so then it is called negative testing. If it should not work, if If it is not working, then it is fine. If it is working means, again, we have to make our changes. We have to call back all the changes, whatever have been moved to quality, and then again, we have to do it. Please remember. Then one more term for FSD is DSD, Design Specification Document. Each client will have their own naming conventions, which we have to follow, which we have to adopt. If they call it as DSD, yes, you have to always use the term DSD, Design Specification Document. If they are using the term FSD, then you use only FSD. So the functional consultant must understand the business requirement document to prepare the FSD and hand it over to ABAP or technical teams. So we have to work with technical consultants very closely, especially for the development of the objects, like whether it is an workflow object or interface or report or enhancement, and smart forms, any object which we are developing. So my overall intention is the FSD should be applicable to all the RICEF objects. However, you need to exclude the smart forms and then explain about the FSD which you have prepared for all the other RICEF objects, like workflows you can explain, interfaces you can explain, use enhancements you can explain, and interfaces you can explain. Technical specifications document, TSD, which is prepared by the technical teams, that is ABAP team, and it is prepared with reference to FSDs. This technical specification document, which contains the complete information about the program changes. So he will incorporate what logic is required, why the object is not working as expected, and how to overcome the expectations. Like that, these things we will be explaining, and then we will be giving the program, already existing program, whatever the program which already modified, and then where the logic to be incorporated again. So based on that one, the technical consultants, they will prepare the FSDs. Functional consultant must provide the exact logic to modify the custom or standard program or user exit to the technical team. Please remember, this is our role, 100%, to give the exact logic. The logic, that is what, you no need to have the complete hands-on technicalities you should know. No, a web consultant, like whatever the web consultant performs, those things we no need to have. But the logic, instead of VBAK, VBELN, I want to, it has to be replaced with LIKP, VBELN. I don't want the sales document. I want the delivery document to be fetched in this scenario. Like that, you have to give the exact logic to the technical consultants called ABAP teams. BRD, what business requirement document. So we will discuss about the how we will receive the business requirement document, and then how they incorporate what kind of a description, what is the requirement, everything they will write like this. The business requirement document is to include a new report in the system. This is an example which I'm explaining right now, which enables the user to see the sales details of a particular customer who avails certain discounts in a particular period. See, the requirement is here. There is a report or already existing report, which is there already in the system. In that, he is receiving. So normally we go to the shop or supermarket or shopping mall, whatever it is. Or otherwise, if the transactions are happening between business to business, for example, Reliance to DMart or Reliance to Star Bazaar or Reliance to McDonald's or whatever it is. So what happens, I wanted to see how many transactions happened between Reliance and McDonald's, and McDonald's, how much discount he has availed to that particular period, how much discount we have given. In that, if you take the period is like Jan to March, for the first quarter, how much discount the customer received. So that is the requirement. So what is the report inputs? We have to have the customer sold to party. It is like a selection screen criteria. in which it has to be mentioned discount condition type. So there will be multiple discounts, customer discount, customer material discount, material discount. Not only this, other discounts also will be there in real time. This is an example I'm giving you, and the date. So these three inputs we have to propose, and this is the screen. In the business requirement document, they have given us. This, by seeing this one, you people will understand that this is a VA05N. First of all, we have to clearly understand it, and then we have to cross-check whether this field, the new field, whatever they have requested us to include, whether it is possible to add to VA05N or not. If it is yes, then you can convey the message to the business process owners that for this VA05N only we will be doing it. If it is not, then we will be explaining them that it is not possible to add that field to the existing report. We can create by copying it, the same report to ZSD underscore VA05 and customize it. If they accept it, yes, say yes. Otherwise, if they don't accept it, then again, you have to do some R&D for this. So majority of the times, we will be adding it to the standard ones. Only few times, we will not be able to add the field, whatever they have requested us, to the standard reports. So this is what we have to keep it in our mind as a functional consultant. So in this scenario, this is the list of sales orders, VA05N. We are going to modify it by copying it ZSD underscore VA05N report. By this ones will be done by the technical teams. They will rename it, the program. So here, after the material, discount condition type is not associated. That needs to be incorporated here. That should be included. So by seeing this one, document number, BBLN, order type, AUART, sold to party, KUNR AG, that is AG or KUNR, and document date, AUDAT, material, MATNR, and then the discount condition type. That has to be included. Followed by the below details, organizational data, whatever we pass. If it is intended to make a change to Singapore, so then we have to pass the Singapore sales area. It should not be Philippines. That is negative testing. If it is working for Singapore, only for Singapore, that is good. And our positive testing is success. And then we can pass the test results. Normally nowadays, there are multiple tools are available, like HPALM tool. Majority of the people, they are using it. Even sometimes ServiceNow also they are using, where they include all the test cases. So in this screen, you can see now the report expected output. This is the output. The entire thing, when we execute it, output we have the VA05N. So the discount condition and discount condition value, these two fields to be included here, and the total discount. Everything they specify over here. So we need to have it here. So this is what is the expectation. Sales orders for that customer, totals of the sales orders value, time period, customer address details, a discount condition, amount, and value. Followed by this thing, we have to explain it to the technical teams. The above team should develop a new program or modify the existing one as per the requirement by copying the VA05N program or creating a new one as ZSD VA05N. Very simple. You have to understand it clearly and then understand the business requirement document. According to that, you have to prepare it. Now we will discuss about the functional specification document, how to prepare. See, you don't need to prepare every time a new functional specification document. It will be definitely available in the SharePoint folders. Only thing is you have to search for the OTC, that is order to cash. And with respect to order to cash, there will be multiple folders available. Workflows, one folder, interfaces, one folder, and reports, one folder, enhancements, one folder, and smart forms, one folder. So our document belongs to, our requirement belongs to which object. According to that, you have to choose that particular folder and then search. So you will get the FSD number. So if FSD number, we have to keep it. And then that particular FSD will be last modified by someone else. So then when you are modifying it, you have to give your own name when you are doing it. So the date and the version. There may be the previous version is 1.00 and the new version which you or we are preparing, that is 1.10. And FSD with reference to the BRD number, both we will incorporate here. So this cover page, the functional specification document, if it is an enhancement or if it is an report enhancement or interfaces or workflow object, whatever the object is there, that we have to explain. We have to mention over here. So this is the first cover page. This cover page should have all these details, the version and the date, without forgetting about it. We need to mention it in the document. It is called FSD, and followed by the some of the other sections we need to update. Most of the people, they don't know by seeing FSD. Each and every client, they will be having their own set of documents, and then they will request us to update those documents, then the specified areas. Let us see that one. See the functional design, document information, sales order report for particular customer, functional area SDOTC, functional designer, for example, I have given Martin, developer is Johnson, and then document history followed by the approval or sign off from where we have to get it. The business process owner and the project manager. Manuel and Jackie I have written here. It is for example sake, the stakeholders. They are the stakeholders. So whatever the change they have specified, according to that, we are going to do it. So these are the sections. We need to 100% make the changes. So we will receive the one CR number and start of CR and the date when we are doing it. So we have to incorporate on top of section 1, CR 1005, date 18th June 2024 or 23 or 22, whatever it is. So like that you have to specify, and then end of every section. After that, you can put it as end of the CR date, and then section 2 end, start and end. That if you do it, that is very useful and very easy for the successors. Whenever one more new change comes in to the same functional specification document, they will refer your changes, and then whatever the document you have noted down or you have incorporated the changes, so that their job becomes very easy. So in section 1, it always talks about the introduction. It will be definitely there already. This is a new report and all. Earlier, something else will be there. Whatever your CR is intended to, that information you have to note it down in the introduction part. And then section 2, already the model or process will be there. And what happens when you are making the new change, and then what happens to the process in the existing new change, that you have to incorporate here under this section. Followed by the logic. Program flow and logic will be there by others, that is with version 1.00. Now our version is 1.10. So how we are going to incorporate the logic? What is our logic? So already it is there. This is our client expectation, and this is the one which we are going to add it. Like that, under section 3, we have to include. And see, this is the logic, how we have to do it. We must have the following fields from the selection screen, and all these screens are already available, all these fields. The discount condition type, we have to get it from KONV KSCHL is equal to K004 or K005 or K007. Any discount condition type, we can pass it on. Discount value, pass VBAK KNU, that is condition record, VBAP POSNR, that is line item, into KONV, where KNUMV is equal to VBAK KNUMV. That is condition record number, and the line item POSN, VBAP POSNR. So which, and the KSCHL condition record which we maintain, K004, 5 or 7, and K stat, the total value, and big KONV, KWRT, that is condition value. So by default, the program should run for the current month, that is between the starting and ending date of the current month when the program is executed. The user can specify the form from and to date as per the selection screen for the specific customer. For example, if it is a huge data, then in the program itself, the system will allow us to have only 14 days. How? That also they will incorporate number of days. Only 2 weeks are allowed. Only 2 weeks are allowed for any given point in time. For example, today is September 15th. So from 1st to 15th, it will accept. If I give in the month of August, 15th to 30th, it will not accept. Like that, that also can be incorporated in the logic if it is the requirement. Fields from the following tables need to be displayed in the primary report in the following order. First, order number, order line item, order type, creation date, and created by. The header sold to, discount condition type, discount value, and all those details. And even they have requested us to add the customer address details, how we will get it like this. The output should be displayed like this. Sales organization, BBAK, VKORG, like that. See, we all know about it, how to give the logic, how to get the field value from which table for this particular report. Since it is sounding like the sales report, so majority of the fields will be from VBAK table, VBAP table, or VBEP table. Please remember that one. So based on that one, we are going to do it. And section 4, roles and authorizations. For this new change, if any authorizations are required, for example, these condition types, access is not there for some of the users, then we have to provide the access to them. For example, there is a new condition type has to be created, and always remember the VK11 transaction to maintain the pricing condition record for that particular condition type in real time, especially for the clients. The VK11 along with the condition type also they will provide the access. That means if it is a new condition type, that the other users, whenever they try to create a condition record for this new condition type, the system will not allow for some times. So in that case, we have to talk to the security team to provide the access. And then accordingly, we have to test it. The section 4 talks about the roles and authorizations. See, section 1 is introduction, section 2 is model and process, section 3 is program flow and logic. Section 4 talks about the roles and authorization. Section 5 talks about the testing scenarios, test scripts or test scope. You have to write, we are executing this new report and we are specifying the inputs, and then it should display the output, desired output for different combinations. First, sales area dependent scenario and discount based scenario, and then without discount condition type scenario. Since it is intended to the sales report. Here, where is the negative testing? So you have to incorporate under this. This is a positive testing, start of CR number, end of the CR number, and negative testing, that is called regression testing, where we will write it as, it should not work for the countries the business requested us to test for: Philippines, Oman, and Netherlands. Those 3 countries, this change should not be applicable. So if it is working for those countries also, our changes are not properly done. Again, we have to cross-check with our technical consultants. Nowadays, all the clients, they are very much particular about the preparation of the FSDs in their appropriate sections. It will go to your design lead architect. He will cross-check, hi, Bhaskar, why you have not included the rules and authorizations under section 4? Go ahead and do it again. And then after that, again, if you have not maintained the negative testing, again, it will come back to you. Hi, Bhaskar, you have to incorporate the negative testing scenarios also. Why you have not done? Or the logic which you have given is wrong, totally wrong. Then we have to go to technical consultant again to talk to him, and then we will be doing it, whatever the changes are required, and we have to incorporate here. Then scope of testing. This everyone are aware of it. Like unit testing, which we do for our sake in the development system. So whatever the data which is available in the development system, please make sure that this system, the business users will not have access to test it. Only we will be having it. Maximum testing, please complete it in unit testing. Why? Because if it is not properly tested for any of the negative testing, even for the other countries, and move to quality system, and if they find any bug or defect in that quality system, again we have to redevelop it. So to avoid those things, maximum try to do it in unit testing if the data is clearly available. If the data is not available, fine. Again, you have to move it to quality system, do it in quality system. If you find any defects, again, go to development system, make the changes, and then come back here. So integration testing, we will be doing it in the quality system. User acceptance testing, UAT, is done by the business users. Upon their confirmation, that is called go live or production movement will happen. Upon the UAT confirmation by the business users, then we will move the changes to production environment. So this is what we need to clearly explain about the FSD, that is functional specification document for reports or enhancements or workflows or interfaces, not to the smart forms changes, whatever we do. Thank you all.